Greetings, everybody. Patrick here. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. December 1st. Well, I did pretty good. I kept away about 95% of the month. Um, but we're back. That's right. We are back, ready for action. Uh oh. So what's been going on since I left, or sort of left? This will be a working stream, so I'm going to be promoting the show tonight and promoting all the shows coming up in January. So if you're here, we can also do a few pushes as well. Our good friend Mary Wilson's getting close to 100 subs. We want to get Jason the Nice One up there. Anybody else that's under 1,000, we can getting close to certain numbers. We can definitely push it. I'm okay with that. Of course, this being a pop-up stream, nobody knows that we're up. So, all right. Um, so, hey, Gareth, how are you, sir? That's right. That's right. Gareth is here, and I'll be making the trip over the pond on the 18th. He and I will be we'll be watching and talking about Van Helsing, starring Hugh Jackman and the lovely Kate Beckinsale, Richard Roxburgh, and David Wenham, among many others. Fantastic movie. Love that movie. Love Van Helsing. It's one of my very favorite films, actually. Has all the universal creatures in it, except for the last 5 minutes. The last 5 minutes it's infamous for how bad it was. Doesn't ruin the movie per se, but it doesn't help it either. But Van Helsing is just an absolute. That's the definition of a popcorn movie. You go in, you check out your brain, you just being thoroughly entertained. The effects are cool, the fights are cool. Um, the best performance of Frankenstein's monster I've ever seen is in Van Helsing. That was a tremendous performance. That Frankenstein creature in Van Helsing has so much heart. Yeah, I dug it. Um, yes, it's a, you know what, I know a lot of people give it a hell, Gareth, but man, seriously though, that movie it's such a blast. Hi, Betty. Thank you. I only popped up for like once to help out somebody, but otherwise that I was all right. I enjoyed my break off, and I'm ready to rock and roll. We have Kristy Adams is coming back to visit us today from Knightmare Toys. Thoroughly happy to see that because Kristy is such a awesome person. I so respect her. She's got a real sharp head on her shoulders. Knightmare Toys is just blowing up. Um, just there's so many cool things that going on over there, and she gets the word out for sure between her podcast, her live shows that she does by herself on her channel, and she also does a podcast that hypes up the store as well. We're going to be talking to her today about what's coming up new for Christmas time for collectors. Um, Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Good to be back. Good to be back. Considering that I spent 6 hours yesterday in the ER, hoping against hope that I wouldn't be admitted. I was pretty sick the last 2 days, so really sick. And but glad to be here. Glad that Kristy's here. So so she's going to be showing us the latest in the collectibles, in the world of collectibles. If you guys collect Funkos or figures or movies or T-shirts, man, if you really want a cool T-shirt, Knightmare Toys is the place to be. But if you're looking for cool collectibles, we're going to be talking to Kristy and seeing what's brand new that's coming through the line. Yes, John Liu is definitely known for his kicks, That was a very fun movie. I reviewed the Invincible Armor. That was a blast of a movie. I enjoyed the hell out of that, and thank you for watching it. Yeah, someone asked me if we were gonna, because me and Al, aka the Bat, Al Lucard, um, when we were doing all horror on the Midnight Society, we broke it up by doing martial art movies, and so people seem to really like that. In fact, our our um, our review of Jet Li's uh, uh, oh God, uh, well, let me go see what that was. Having a moment here. Let's see. Hi Sue, how are you? Wow, everybody's coming in today. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Um, so the movie that we covered, one of the movies that we covered was Flashpoint with Donnie Yen, and yeah, that just recently blew past 16,000 views. People want to see it. So um, yeah, it's actually it's actually it's actually the most popular video I have. What's going on, Pat Master? What's going on, Nate? Big Nate in the house. Sue's in the house. I got to catch up with a lot of you guys too. Um, but yeah, I enjoy covering the Invincible Armor. I thought it was a lot of fun. People have been asking us to do more martial art movies. So I do the ones that I have. It's a lot of fun, considering that I'm not a martial artist by any stretch of the imagination. Um, and so yeah, it's a lot of fun covering it. Well, hopefully everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I had plenty of turkey and pumpkin pie and cranberry sauce. Um, we are back. We have a full slate of shows coming up in here in December. Um, and we're starting off with Kristy Adams, and then this coming Monday, we have Karen Cliche will be here with us, and she is one of the stars of the movie Thanksgiving that was directed by Eli Roth. We just heard today that Eli Roth is indeed going to come back and direct Thanksgiving 2. So that is good news for us there. Um, um, Karen. I have to say this, that Karen did have she definitely did have the best death in the movie without spoiling it. She definitely did. Hey Stephen, how are you, sir? Yes, in fact, I'm going to be covering that one, Stephen. I'm going to be covering the return of the five deadly venoms. How about that? I'm going to be covering that real soon here on the channel. I'm also going to be doing Iron Monkey. I'm going to be doing some other ones as well. Iron Monkey is one of my very favorite movies. So we'll be covering Iron Monkey as well, plus the Bruce Lee movies. Um, yeah. Oh, okay. I sometimes at the library, once in a great blue moon, and I do mean blue moon, somebody will donate a martial art movie. Don't see it very often, unfortunately. Not as much as I like. Um, but yeah, martial art movies, they're actually sort of, uh, um, the really good ones, the one with good print and good colorization. Not just the grip and rip of the public domain movies, but those martial art movies, they're getting sort of hard to find. And it seems like lately, it does seem like two of the bigger stars are basically going away from it. I know that Michael J. White seems to be doing more westerns and more contemporary movies. I do think that Scott Adkins will be. Hopefully, John Wick 4 will launch Scott Adkins into more acting, less fighting and more acting. I think he wants to be an actor. Hello, Echo. There's Echo from the House of Horrors in the house. All right, all right, all right. So right now I am promoting the show for tonight. So I'm gonna drop the link from tonight's show into the chat here, and then if you guys want to help out by sharing it out, that would be awesome as well. Um, we got Spooky Kisses coming up next Tuesday. So I gotta get back into the promoting mode. So here is the show tonight. I know you've already seen it on the front of the page, but if you guys just want to go there and hit the notify me, that would be awesome as well. Or you can share it out. That would be great. I will be sharing this out on. All right. All right. So out there promoting the show, you know how that goes, boys and girls. Um, Sweet, sweet. That's what I like hearing. Um, there's something that did happen, as you probably might have noticed. So the Curse of the Cheetah hit my page, and for some reason, YouTube wiped off. They wiped off quite a few. They wiped off 40 of my subscribers. I don't know why. They didn't tell me why. Um, it's just that they wiped them out. So now I'm back underneath 1,300. I, I don't care if the YouTube came by and cleaned off some trash, but I just wish they would have told me that, like that's what they did. Like, we went through everybody's channel, and we're just, we're eliminating the trolls, the bots, the ones that haven't said anything to you, and since they subbed on. I have no problem with that if they tell me, but I'm just really bummed out that they don't. But they just come back and they wiped everything out. So I'm down 30. I'm down 40 subs. So I got to try to get those back. So yeah, I think so too, Stephen. The way it happened, I just think they went through and cleaned out. Because I was looking at my subs, and there was some really suspicious activity going on. Um, it didn't look like the people that were subbing to my channel. They didn't really look like they were real people. So I'm not really upset about the loss of it, but it took them long enough to clean it up. Uh, definitely, definitely. I definitely gonna have people coming back next year. I definitely going to be having some guests coming back next year. I know there's a lot of people that want to come back, and I like to have them come back, and we're definitely going to do that. Oh, is that what it was? YouTube killed off dead accounts. Yeah, that makes sense, Gareth. Really, that does make sense, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I didn't know I had so many dead ones, though. That's the thing that got me. It's like, wow, that was a lot of dead weight. All right. So are you guys using your threads? Have you guys been jumping on threads lately? Oh. All right. I'm liking it so far, even though it is run by Zuckerberg. The lesser of two evils. Um, um, sure. I'm down with that. Oh, I know Laura. I know Laura very well. I've interviewed Laura. She's fantastic. She got her work visa, so she's able to move to here in L.A. for the next 3 years. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know Laura. She's a very hardworking actress. Oh, good for her. She's a smart lady. She's fun to work with. She's a very nice person. That's cool, Steven. That's cool. All right, let me go ahead and grab a couple of people here because I do want to sort of do somewhat of a push while I'm out here promoting. So I want to help out a couple of people if I can. Um, so let's see if I can do that. Oh yeah, we can help out. All right. So this is Steven. This is Jason, the nice one. He's going to be on the show, and later on this month, on December 28th, I'll be joined on that show by special co-host Lady Valerie of Val's Views. But I'll have to try to get him up to 100 subs if we can. So I'm dropping his channel right here. If you haven't subbed to him, take a moment over there, drop him a sub, drop him a comment on one of his videos. Um, let's see if we can get him over 100. He's a really nice guy. He really is. He got some. People do a lot of watch parties of a lot of really popular movies. He does a lot of watch parties with a lot of obscure movies that are really fun to watch, and he knows so much about them as well. So, highly recommend jumping on his channel. Tell him the Cheetah sent you. Um, by all means. Gareth, did you lose any accounts? I mean, I know your channel's blowing the hell up. So did you get any did you lose any subs as well? Did anybody else lose any subs? Oh, that's right. Oh, you going to what con are you going to? I know the LA con is going on today, and that I saw that Gareth Setian posted up a video, a poster saying that the cast of Space Wars is going to be at the convention. LA. Wow, wow, that'll be really cool. Wow, that'll you know what? That'll be really cool. Yeah, that would be. Did you hear this too, Stephen? Did you hear this? I heard this from Stephen from House of Horrors. He said that Danielle Harris and Scout Taylor Compton are going to invite 20 to 30 people to go on a camping trip this year. They're gonna go. They're gonna do like a camping trip. They're gonna get certain people. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. They'll probably just draw their names out of a hat, but they're supposed to be going on a camping trip and going he mentioned that they would be going to Salem. Yeah, that would be fun. It's different. What is a cult classic convention? I know Texas Frightmares is in the spring. All right, let me go ahead and do that. And then I should go ahead and drop this while I'm here, while I'm talking about it. If you guys have threads, which is basically which is basically Facebook's Twitter. If you have a Thread account that you get that. You can get it if you have an Instagram page. You pretty much already have a Threads page. You just have to activate it. Know this though before you do that, that if you activate your Threads page, you will not be able to delete it without deleting your whole Instagram account. It's that sucks. Um, but you can always just not use it if you don't want to. But Threads is going on. It's their version of Twitter, and it seems pretty cool so far. It's not nearly as toxic as Twitter is now. It seems to be a lot of fun. Um, Me and the Cheeto, we are on Threads. So if you guys have an Instagram page and you want to join up, you're more than happy to. And that is our link. Um, okay, you know what? The more I think about it, Stephen, the more I really like to talk to her. She seems so much fun. And of course, Scream 7, as we know, seems to has gone off the ditch. We've already covered that already. I'm not going to go into that old detailed old hash. Does look like though it is off the rails. They've already talked about bringing back Patrick Dempsey and Nev Campbell, but I just think that's just rumor, especially since Patrick Dempsey already is in a new franchise. I don't really see him doing both. Um, but I can't see them bringing back Nev Campbell. I thought they were going to do that anyway for Scream 7, considering. Um, of course, with Matthew Lillard, I don't see him coming back. He has got a lot on his plate right now. I don't see Stu coming back at all. Matthew Lillard has a full creative plate right now. Um, Jenna Ortega, not surprised that she dropped. Um, because she had obligations to do for one, both. Did she drop from Beetlejuice too? I would not be surprised. I think her first priority now is probably going to be Wednesday. That's probably going to be her first priority. And contractually speaking, I think she has to do that. I don't think she could have had the. I mean, she probably could have did Scream 7 regardless, but she would have had. They would have had to wait for her until she did Wednesday, and then but I didn't see her dropping out of Beetlejuice 2. I didn't hear anything about that. But I know it depends, but I don't know. I mean, and not unless they're going to hurry up and rush her scenes, because I do know that she's going to be. I know she's going to be doing the second season of Wednesday, and of course she should, right? I mean, more than Scream, more than X. The Wednesday is the one that broke her. Yeah, she did. She dropped Scream. I think she dropped it. I know it makes it seem like she dropped it in support of her fellow co-star, but I think she really dropped it in the fact that they had to do the second season of Wednesday, and so this is the problem with the strike. It always is. This always happens after the strike. As soon as they say the strike's over with, it's like everybody goes at once. And imagine everybody trying to go. It's like seeing a house on fire, or a building on fire, or and you got to get out through one entry. People get clogged up. You know what I'm saying? It gets you just everything gets log jammed, and people just it's hard for people to move because they're trying to get the project up and running. Um, Crews are in high demand. I mean, if you're a crew member of any sort of stature, wow, what a great time! What a great place to be in right now, because you're going to be going from project to project to project to project. You're gonna the money that you lost during the strike, you're more than going to make up for it, because people are going to really want to get their projects up and running. So, um, but I think what that happens though with the talent though is that they can only do so much, you know. So they're going to shoot 10 episodes a Wednesday. That's not going to be done in just a week. That's going to take a couple of months. It's going to take 2, 3 months, if not more, to do Wednesday and do it right. Um, so that takes her off the market for all that time, and that happens with a lot of these stars. They're going to go from project to project, and they're not going to, it's just crazy. Hey, Mike, how are you, sir? Welcome in. Welcome in. We're talking a little bit of screen talk here, a little Jenna Ortega. Um, I saw that the Cinema Squad was talking. They brought back the races begin to the Oscar. I already asked them. I already asked them Cinema Squad. I said, what are the chances of Widow? What is the Oscar chances of Widow Cluquette? I'm probably mispronouncing that terribly. And they already shot me down. They said there's no chance that the Widow movie is going to get any sort of Oscar love, which is why I hate the Oscars now. Um, I think so. I think there's a little bit of both, Stephen. I think really what happened was, I really think I think it really helped her a lot. Um, but I think it also opened up the fact that now she can go ahead and do Wednesday. You know, she could sit there and say, yeah, I'm gonna leave here out of Melissa, but I think she really wants to go ahead and do Wednesday. I think she's more into that. Um, yeah, I see Scream 7 being put aside for a couple of months until they figure it out. Yeah, that's what I think. And I see, it'll be just like everything else. It'll be just like everything else. They fire somebody, and then through 2, 3 months later, everything's all good, and they'll bring her back. They'll bring her back because they want Jenna to come back too. So they will go ahead and bring back Melissa as well. But they already have a pretty solid cast without either one of those two. Especially if they bring back Nev Campbell. If they bring back Nev Campbell, I think that offsets the fact that they lose them. Hey, there he is. What's going on, Larry? It is the mighty Cat Dad in the house. Um, Tonight we are returning with 8 questions with. We have Kristy Adams will be here at 8 o'clock. I cannot wait for that. Kristy is a joy to talk with. She's gonna be a lot of fun, and I should do that. Let me push this up here. So on top of the page there, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do. So on top of the page there, I posted a little blurb there for Jason. Jason, the nice one. If you guys want to go ahead and take a look at his channel, and I'm going to try something here real fast. All right. Throwing out a quick poll to you guys, because we're going to be talking about the Crow and Daredevil 2003. Me and Danny Knightmare from Horror Addicts. We are going to be chopping it up on December 11th. About which movie is which movie really rocks a little bit more. I think it seems to me like uh, I mean, it seems to me like Daredevil 2003 is starting to gain a lot more respect. a lot more. People understand it a little bit better. They appreciate Ben Affleck's performance as Matt Murdock. Um, and of course, The Crow is, The Crow is legendary. But I think I'd like to know how many people have actually gone back to watch The Crow. I've gone back and watched The Crow, um, and I like The Crow. I mean, it's not like these movies are like you love or hate. It's you love them both. Um, but I have to tell you, to be totally honest with you, I went back and I watched The Crow, and man, it did not hold up well for me at all. Not at all. I was really sort of surprised, to tell you the truth. Um, Good cast. The cast was great. Um, but Daredevil 2003, man, that movie. I don't know how people sleep on that movie. Um, that is a badass movie. Um, Great cast, fantastic cast. Um, and they had a lot of fun with it, and it still looks great. It still looks fantastic. Of course, Jennifer Garner, that was her before her Elektra, so she, let's see. Let's see. I vote The Crow because Eric. Okay, Eric Draven is hot and the soundtrack is awesome. Now, if I was going to go with movies with a soundtrack that kicks ass, I would have to go with Spawn because Spawn's soundtrack is sick. Where they paired up, two bands paired up together to do a song together. That's a badass album. That soundtrack gets slept on. I used to crank that when I DJ'd. I used to DJ at least 5 or 6 songs off the Spawn soundtrack. Uh, yeah, I still love The Crow too. I still love The Crow, but I just don't think it held up very well. I just don't. I mean, it doesn't look good. And I'm thinking that once he saw it in 4K, I'm thinking maybe the acting is still there, but everything else, the surroundings, the atmosphere, it just fell really short for me. Yeah, Spawn's soundtrack is one of the best. It's one of the best. That too also gets slept on. I'm more of a score guy, but that Spawn soundtrack though was pretty bumping. That is a pretty badass soundtrack. Yeah, I would have to go back and revisit. I think both directors are solid, for sure. I mean, Alex Proyas, he made Dark City. He did The Crow. He also did Gods of Egypt, which I personally love to death. I think Gods of Egypt is so much fun. It's such a popcorn movie, and oh my gosh, the heat that Alex got for that movie, unbelievable and completely unjustified too. By the way. Um, Hey, what's going on? The movie bay. So this is a young cat I've been hanging out and watching his videos on. You guys got to go over there and check out his channel. Um, Man, he's been dropping it big. He's been doing his collections of all the stars in his movies. I've been hooked. Bruce Willis, Lawrence Fishburne, Robert De Niro. His series of the movies with these big stars in it is off the chain. I'm waiting for him to get to the ladies though. He does all the cool dudes, but I'm waiting for the ladies to get involved in it. Very very cool content too. Uh, Really cool content. So matter of fact, let me just go there and grab that page and then drop it. So you got to go over and check out you got to go over there and check out the movie bay for sure, man. That guy, he's dropping hella dope content. That's really really fun. It's right. He did Daredevil and Ghost Rider. Steven and he also did Elektra. That's the only movie that's his Gods of Egypt. Alex Proyas made Gods of Egypt. It's not his best film by half. It's fun. It's absolutely fun film. Elektra is like that for me. Um, I like Elektra. Um, I just wish that he would have had Jennifer Garner smile more. I mean, she's so gloom in that movie, so glum, and I just that's the only part I did not like about it. And like if before when we saw her in Daredevil, she was smiling, she was happy, and you saw her smile. She has the best smile in Hollywood. But in Electra, she was so doom and gloom, it took a lot of the joy away from the movie. But that movie got slept on too. That movie is actually it's not half bad. It's not as bad as people think it is. Let's see. Jamie says that the Crow holds up in today's times. I think the style and the look of it was deliberate. Had a very comic book style. Yeah, I guess, but when I guess I just didn't. I just wasn't feeling it. I mean, I still think Brandon Lee was perfect. I mean, he made he's definitely Eric Draven. There's no doubt about that. It's like to me, Ben Affleck is Daredevil. I like Charlie Cox. I do. I like Charlie Cox a lot, but I like Ben Affleck's Daredevil. I like it so much more than his Batman. He's not very good Batman. I don't care what anybody says about that. Ben Affleck is not a good Batman. Um, but he definitely is a kick-ass Daredevil. It was a comic book, yes. A graphic novel. It was I think yeah, it was created by James O'Barr, and of course Daredevil was created by Stan Lee. And the thing I really liked about Daredevil too is Daredevil got it right from the Steven Johnson got it right with the origin. I mean, it really is truly Daredevil's origin. It's one of the most correct films when it comes down to that they made. But me and Danny Nightmare are going to be talking down. We're going to be breaking down Daredevil and The Crow. We're going to be breaking it down, seeing which ones we say, because we both love each movie. But Danny thought that Daredevil was sort of weak, and I said, well, we should talk about that. And The Crow. I do know that they're supposed to be making the Crow movie. They're supposed to be. Whoops, I'm being bumped here. Uh, I know they're supposed to be making a new Crow movie. Um, who the hell's going to be able to? Who are you going to be able to get to step up to play Eric Draven? There's nobody with the charisma right now of Brandon Lee in that role. I don't see anybody that could walk into those shoes right now. Um, I mean, that's one good thing about Daredevil. I mean, Charlie Cox could step into his shoes, and he does a great job. I mean, I like Charlie Cox as Daredevil, but man, who the hell are you going to get to play the Crow? I mean, good lord, those shoes are huge. So Skarsgård, Keanu's too old. Keanu would be way too old for that. Um, I don't want to see Skarsgård in that role. He does all those quirky. Oh yeah, Colin Farrell just absolutely steals the show in Daredevil. That is Daredevil's secret weapon right there. That is why Daredevil is the better movie because of Colin Farrell. I mean, his bullseye is absolutely amazing. He's an amazing villain. He steals every scene that he's in. Sure. I can understand that, Jamie. You know what? That is something, right? That is something. I mean, there are movies that even now it's hard to go back to watch them because of the memories tied to them. That's something, Jamie, that you mentioned that. Um, man, it's like with me, it actually is like it's funny because like I go out and I try to find the different movies that me and Lorianne watched. Like try to find them, like and buy them. Like what movies did we watch together? And I go around and I try to find them. I agree with you too, Stephen. I thought Michael Clark Duncan made an awesome Kingpin. I thought he made a. I thought he, I like Vincent D'Onofrio. I really do. I really like him a lot. But man, I really like Michael Clark Duncan so much more as the Kingpin. I thought he was amazing. Um, I think so too. Yeah, Duncan was a great Kingpin. He really, really was. Yes. Yeah, you really felt that. And Colin Farrell was an awesome Bullseye. See, these are the things that push Daredevil to the next level. The cast, the supporting cast is just so much more stronger. And it really was. And that really put it really and I'm talking about the director's cut of Daredevil 2, not the theatrical cut, but the director's cut. I just wish that he had not rushed Elektra. That was a real shame. Because Elektra deserved a lot better fate than what it got. It really did. And I just felt like it was really rushed for the theater. I don't think that's the movie that Stephen Mark Johnson really wanted to make. He also did the origin of. He also did the first Ghost Rider movie, and the first Ghost Rider movie is fantastic as well. That's a fun movie. The first Ghost Rider, loved it. The second one, let's not talk about that. Say that we did, but we won't. It's one of the it's one of the sharpest drop offs in terms of quality in any movie sequel I've ever seen. I mean, you got this movie way up here, and then you had Ghost Rider, the Spirit of Vengeance, way the hell down here, and that was just god awful. Greetings, hi Renee, how are you? How are you? Glad you guys are here. Agreed. Agreed. Let's see. Christopher Lambert. Yep. Yep. Let's see. You think Robert Pattinson? Yeah, but I think he's already connected though. To I think he's already attached to the Batman. So I think he's supposed to be doing the second one for Matt Reeves. That should be getting geared up. But you know what? I think so too. I like that choice. I mean, Robert Pattinson. I think I, but I still want to see a better. I want to see a martial artist. I don't know why, but I just feel like every time I see Brandon Lee, I just feel like he could just kick my ass. And Robert Pattinson, I don't really feel that. Oh, is he going to be the new one? Oh, guys, everything that weird comes out, they're putting him in it. I don't think that's a good idea. And he's no Brandon Lee. He's no Brandon Lee. Do you think so, Jamie? Do you think he'll? You think he can? You think he can even put on the shoes of Brandon Lee? That's the hardest thing with the Crow. Everything else about the Crow is doable, but you got to get Eric Draven right, and I just don't. That is the hardest part. I don't think Skarsgård would be a good Crow. He's got the look, yeah, but I don't think he's got the look, but I don't think he has the chops. I don't think he has the chops for it. Uh, yeah, I guess. I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see who else is going to come in there, and we'll have to see who else is coming in there to work with everybody. I mean, it's going to be. I want to see the rest of the cast. But wow, that's just one of those. That's just one of those few movies that you know. That's the hard part. It's like I think remaking The Crow is a good idea. I like the idea of remaking The Crow because with today's technology and what have you. But the hard part would be filling the role of Brandon Lee. That's just not easy to do. Overall, Larry, I would actually agree with that. I would actually agree with you on that. But it was gonna get remade sooner than later, so it's like, as long as it's gonna get remade, as long as they put some money into it. I'll have to look up Louis Tan for sure. Gonna be interesting. I mean, now that Daredevil got taken out all the way back to Formula 2, right? They were gonna be working on the new Daredevil series for Disney Plus, and then they said that, it's not working out. They basically fired the whole writing staff, and then they're gonna rewrite the Daredevil series. Um, yeah, I think he can if the right person comes in. I think he could do the Crow justice. As long as you actually put some, don't go stupid with the CGI and the green screen and all that bullshit. Make it so like there's some good action and some good acting in it. And I think you can probably get away with doing the Crow. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see who they bring in to support. Um, let's see. See, I like the Mortal Kombat film. I didn't like the Cole character. He seems somewhat out of place. Yeah, they're bringing back the second one. Yeah, they are. They're going to be doing the second Mortal Kombat. Hopefully, they learn from the first one. I recently saw not that well. I guess about a year ago. I saw for the first one, the one in 1995. Um, I I like the second one. I people clown on the second one, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but let me tell you, that movie was a lot better than the first Mortal Kombat. That first Mortal Kombat, it went like it was all hyped until the last third of the movie, and then it got deflated. That last fight against the villain was weak as hell. It was Hellraiser weak. Yeah, yeah. I like Sonata. He's an amazing actor. I've really enjoyed his work ever since I saw him in The Last Samurai. He was amazing in that movie. Oh gosh, the first movie. Yeah, if you go back and watch the first movie, Larry, that last scene, that last fight they had, it was weak. All the fights beforehand were pretty decent, but that last fight they had in the first Mortal Kombat was not very good. Oh, the second one is so much fun. I should watch Ninja in the Dragon's Den. I'll have to look for that. I've seen him in just about anything he's done. Um, I think the one thing I wanted to get, which I messed up. I admit it. I messed up when it was at Hamilton Book, but they used to have the first season of Helix there. I think it only ran 1 year, but I missed getting it. The second one is so much fun, Jamie. It really is. We do. We absolutely. All the action star. I mean, there's no young martial artists right now that are jumping out at me. There's none. Michael J. White is close to 50. And Scott Atkins is 43 or 44. Ray Park's got to be in his 50s. Rampage Jackson. He can't open up a movie. He's good, solid. He's a good, solid co-star, but he can't open a movie. Of course, Jet Li and Donnie Yen, and Jackie Chan. I mean, they're all. They're all just, they're still here, but they're doing less and less. So yeah, I that's the thing. I mean, it's you have Keanu Reeves out there at 50 something years old, still doing those action movies. Hell, you got Liam Neeson out there, 70 what 72, and he's still out there. I told you I find you with my particular set of skills. Um, yeah, Kane Kosagi. That's a good yes. He would be I'm not sure how old he is though. He's got to be in his I know he did that movie Ninja 2 with Scott Atkins. Uh yeah, Harrison Ford's still out there, still kicking it. But you but you're right, but movie base right. We don't have any young stars. In fact, I'm sure he was thinking about that when he was doing his series. He's doing up all the action star series, like his. And one thing you noticed right off the bat was they're awesome, but they're all older. There's nobody out there right now that you could launch a franchise on. There's just nobody out there that's no Arnold's, no Dolph Lundgrens. I mean, you have to do the Expendable Fours, and it's like there's no young blood. There's none. Kane's 49. Wow. I had no idea he was that old. I thought he was much younger. Wow. Yeah, Ninja Assassin, that's a badass movie, but that movie is what? Isn't that movie like 10 years old already? I don't know he's ever done anything after Ninja Assassin. That was a fun movie though. I'll give it that. That was a fun movie. But there's just nobody hell, even John Cena's getting up there though. But and yeah, I have to see more John Cena. I have not watched him a lot in his in his and I haven't watched John Cena in a lot of his movies. Um yeah. See? They're still I mean they have great legacies, but there's nobody coming from behind to take their place. And I really feel sorry for Scott Atkins because and Michael J. White because they really should have gotten a better chance than what they got. They really deserved better. Casper Van Dien as well. Throw him into the mix. There is Alexander Nevsky. He's out there. I think he's only 41. That's not that old an action movie. But no one really knows who he is. But he's really fun to watch on the big screen too. I watched Alexander in a lot of his movies, and I would highly recommend him. He's really fun to watch, and he's got he's very cool, but he hasn't popped yet. He's sort of like an Arnold. He's like he's like if in the action movie genre, he would be like Arnold. Um, yeah, Jack Quaid. I don't know. What about Josh Henderson? I mean, he's got to be. He's probably in his early 30s. He's still got some. Could you see him as an action movie? I don't know. I like Jack Quaid too, but he need to fill out a little bit more. I mean, he'd be a good thinking man spy. He'd be like a good Jack Ryan type. But we need someone like an Alan Ritchson. He's probably the other guy who I probably think of right now is probably filling the action movie role. And he's doing Reacher, and that's a good one right there. No, Gareth, you're absolutely right. That's why we're all spinning around here. That's why we're all spinning around. We're trying to figure out names, but we can't really think of one because there's really no one has stepped up. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. I think Marshall Ali and well, I think he'll be fantastic. Well, I think he'll be as good as Wesley? Not if he thinks that he is Wesley, but if he's just himself, I think he has a chance. And I really, really hope that they bring the Black Knight into it. If they do that, it could be really cool. That's what it is. I mean, when you think of all the young stars out there, they're really not no nobody's really out. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, we're looking at Robert Pattinson. Do you really think he's a Batman? I mean, I just don't see him as Batman. I just don't. Just like I didn't see Zoe Kazan as or Zoe Kravitz as the Catwoman. I just never saw either one of them as there. Yeah, that was really messed up. It's the one thing I really That's the one thing that really made me pissed off about Blade 2. I remember reading the Fangoria. I remember reading the Fangoria when they announced that Donnie Yen was joining the cast of Blade 2. I could not I could not have been more excited to see that. I was like, oh my gosh, Donnie Yen and Blade 2, and then they just completely wasted him. I mean, it was like we got a great martial artist and we're not gonna let him speak, and then we're gonna have him killed off right away. It just really just like wow, just it felt like almost like Wesley was threatened by his presence on screen. Like I can't have Donnie Yen on the screen with me. I could have Ron Perlman because Ron Perlman can't do the things that I do. But could you imagine though if they would have put Snowman? They would have made Snowman the Ron Perlman character. Holy shit! He was yeah. That frustrated me. Oh, you think they should recast? Yeah, but who's going to step up? I mean, of course, I'm going to say the only name I can think of that and again, it's like I'm not sure if he'd do it, but the only other person I can think of that could walk in there and play Blade right now and probably do a better job would be Michael B. Jordan. That's the only, that's the only, that's the only person I can think of that could walk in and take it over. Oh no, you can vent. Let's see. The colonial great actors come to mind, especially since we remake the good ones, the good movies we had. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm sure Hollywood. I'm sure all the studios. I'm sure that's exactly what they're thinking too, Bernie. They're thinking if we got AI, we could actually do that. We could actually bring these guys back and and cast them in these movies. I don't want that. I want them to develop. I want them to develop the new characters. And the thing about it is, though, in order to do that, you have to be able to develop them and to And I think that Netflix can do a good job at that. I think Netflix with their action movies that they've been doing because they do a lot of action movies, they could develop the next core of action stars if they're not afraid to take a chance on it. If they don't, if they're not nitpicky about every time they cast, they could actually develop some new action stars. Um, let's see. He did Slide Dirty. To see John Washington, John, yeah, yeah. I think Denzel's. I think Mark David was it John? Was it his son is like 37. So if they were quick on the trilogy, he could get away with doing it. If they did the trilogy every 2 years, yeah, I could see that. I just think right now, if it's not mistaken, it seems like right now, as far as action movies, it does seem like right now the ladies have it going on. I mean, hell, you would even look at the latest Charlie's Angels and look at that and say, there's some young girls right there could kick butt. I mean, maybe the movie wasn't all that great, but there they are. They're out there, and he did cast Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. I don't think she fit for the role, but she took the role, and I think, from what I understand, she did okay. I just don't see her as Catwoman. But it does seem like there's more action-oriented young ladies than there are men right now. They really do. They do need a young guy. It's just who are we gonna get? Who can we get? Anthony Mackie, yeah, but he's already tied in. He's already locked into the Captain America and the Falcon. He's locked into that. They can't move him from one Marvel character to another. People wouldn't go for that. Yeah. That's an interesting. Yeah, I just don't see them. I don't see them crossing. Yeah, I don't see him crossing. Like, what about what do you think Marvel would take a chance on Ray Fisher? What about Ray Fisher? Or does he have too much baggage? He might have too much baggage for anybody to touch him. But then again, look at Ezra Miller. Look how long they're carrying him. So I would definitely give Ray Fisher another crack. I think he'd be interesting too. I know, right? I mean, you got Ray Fisher, who went out there and put DC on blast. Had his character, had Cyborg cut to ribbons. I don't know what he's doing now, or if he's been casting anything recently. But then we got Ezra Miller, who stayed and did Flash, which was like probably one of the top five worst films of the year. Yeah, Ray Park never got a chance either. Ray Park had one speaking role in a movie that I know of. I mean, as far as major movies go, and that was X versus Sever. Those fight scenes in X versus Sever were pretty badass. The movie wasn't all that good, but Ray Park was really good. Yeah, a lot of Ray Park, a lot. Yeah, see, a lot of the Ray Park's movies though, he doesn't get to speak because he has a heavy New Zealand accent. I think he's from New Zealand. He's either New Zealand or Australia, and he has such a heavy accent that they don't let him do a lot of speaking. He doesn't get very much dialogue, and that sucks because Ray Park's a badass. Hmm. Lakeith Stanfield. I have to see more of his work. What movie would you recommend me seeing? What movie would you recommend of his, Bay? Yeah, me too, Jamie. Me too. Which one did he do? He did that Extraction movie, right? He did those two Extraction movies. Now I heard those both. I heard both those movies were badass as hell, but they're not being home released because they came out on Netflix. I wish they would have released them. I would actually look up. I would actually think about buying those. Oh, was that Helmsworth? What I want to say, yeah. Well, Helmsworth needs more movies like that. Those Distraction movies I heard were just amazing. And then they had what another one called Triple Six that was supposed to be pretty decent. Okay, I like to see him come back and do another one of those Extraction movies. But I just wish they were. I wish just wish they were seen more. You know, it would be helpful if they actually got a home release. It also hurts too. You know, the streaming services when they don't release when they don't release for home watching, they're cutting off at least a third of their audience, if not more. I mean, people such as myself or you guys in the chat who don't do just streaming, we don't even get to see a lot of these movies. So then we don't get a chance to see a lot of these stars. Oh man, Steven Strait made an awesome Gambit. He was really good. I was hoping that I was hoping he would get that. You're right, Larry. Steven Strait was great in that role. Yeah, I had high hopes for that. Okay. The harder they fall. Okay, I heard about that. I heard that was like a throwback to the old school days. That's when they had Jim Kelly, Williamson, you had Jim Brown, Calvin Lockhart. Man, all right, I heard about that one. That was a western. The harder they fall. Judas and the Black Messiah. I think I've heard of that one as well. But the harder they fall, I definitely have heard of that one. In fact, I keep my eye out for that one at the library. Actually, it's on my mental to get list. I do believe they released that on home video. Let's see. Larry, just don't touch Gambit, whatever you do. Oh, right, right. Yeah, but you know how old that movie is, though. That movie's over 20 years old now, Steven. That movie's 20 something years old. I think it is 20 years old. Liam Neeson is 70. He was 54 when he did that movie, and I think he's 70. I think he's 74 now or 72. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's been doing lately, though. Let's see. Let's check out what Mr. Straight has been doing. Okay, he was in The Expanse until 2022. So, okay, he's 37 years old. He did The Expanse. And that's what he's done lately. He did 62 episodes of The Expanse, and he's got one thing coming up called Body Language, where he's playing Dylan. Let's see. A woman who excels at reading body language realizes that something is deeply wrong during a quiet night at home, turning a peaceful night into a terrifying fight for her own survival. So he might be playing a bad guy in that. Just anybody here that I know. Oh, wow. All right. Let's see. It's it's trapped. Ed Screen's not bad. That's a good one, Steven. He was actually pretty good in the Transporter Refueled. I actually liked Ed Screen in there. I thought he did a nice job. I definitely like to see him and do. I like to see him doing more of that. Um, the Covenant, yeah, that was a good movie too. That was a fun movie. I just dropped the channel for our good friend Jason the Nice One. If you haven't subbed to Jason the Nice One, please consider doing so. He's a really nice guy, got good content. Let's see, did we get anybody to sign up to him yet? I'm sure we did. Oh, no, not yet. Okay, hopefully someone will before the end of the stream. Yeah, I think that's something that would actually be a really good topic for a panel. That would be really interesting to see where the next action star is going to come from. Um, because you guys are all right. I mean, there's just nothing out there really right now. I mean, when you start thinking about it, that's why here we are. We should be able to come up with all sorts of names for the Crow, but we really can't. We really can't come up with a lot of names because there's really not a lot of names out there. I mean, there are names. I mean, obviously, but there's nobody out there that could, I mean, could you cast a relatively unknown on it? I mean, could you do a Austin Butler like they did with Elvis? Could you do that, a relatively unknown, and break him into a movie like that? I think you probably could. I mean, if you really wanted to take a chance with a complete unknown, I mean, you probably get away with it for the Crow. Maybe if you surrounded him with a really good cast, you could probably get away with it. The first movie, um, Taylor Kitsch is a good one. Yes, he's actually he's very good. Yes, Taylor would be a good one. He would actually be, yeah. Who's actually, even though now I'm not sure exactly how old he is, but I mean he's actually rounded into a pretty good action star himself. Was Ryan Phillippe. He's actually done a lot of action movies as well. He did the Shooter series that off the movie that Mark Wahlberg did. I think he did 2 or 3 seasons of Shooter and did really well with it. Um, Sam Worthington from Avatar. He's not bad. He's not bad. I've watched a couple of his movies that he's done outside of Avatar. He's done really well with it. He's really good actually. Wow, that's I would have to see them side by side. Man, River Phoenix, what a loss that was. What a waste. Absolutely waste. He would have been amazing. He would have been amazing. He did Young Indiana Jones. Just a fantastic young actor, and what an absolutely horrible way to go. Breaks my heart. Frustrates me. River Phoenix was really good. In my I saw him. The first movie I ever saw River Phoenix in was My Private Idaho with Keanu Reeves. Great movie. Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman looks like 100 miles of bad road. Corey Feldman looks terrible. Yeah, me too, Jamie. Gus Gus Van Sant, great director. Little Nikita. Yeah, I think my main man Stephen Richard Lynch was the bad guy in that one. Man, that's a man. When are you guys gonna have to do a panel on this? Uh, Stephen. Well, when he met Feldman, I'm sure this is gonna be a good one. I'm sure Steven's got a good story here. Um, but yeah, that would actually make for a great panel. See, that's one thing I can say about Daredevil is the fact that even though Ben Affleck's not playing Daredevil, that they were able to go out there and get somebody really good. Um, Finn Jones to me could still come out and play a hero. Finn Jones and of course Mike Coulter as well. I mean, they're still out there. I thought they both did really. I thought Mike Coulter did awesome as Luke Cage. Oh, let's see. Feldman looks like he's had his cheekbones done. Yeah. And Steven said he met him in 2013. Believe me, he'd be different today, Steven. Um, but Finn Jones is another actor that we could probably fit in somewhere into an action movie. He just got totally betrayed with his Iron Fist. He just got ruined by bad writing. That is the worst writing. The first season of Iron Fist, that is the worst. Oh my gosh, it has to be one of the top 3 or 5 worst superhero adaptations ever. That first season was absolutely horrible. I swear to God, you could have thought a 5-year-old wrote that script. It was absolutely horrible. I didn't see the second season, so I'm not sure how that went. But the first season of Iron Fist was just and actually it wasn't that much better for him in the Defenders either. He still got written some really horrible lines in the Defenders. Oh, at the end of it, Louis Tan was yeah. Well, that first season of Iron Fist though, I no, it was just horrible. Oh, that was cringy. Oh, that was cringy. But the first scene where Iron Fist met Luke Cage, badass. That's one of the best badass scenes in the in the whole series. That was so comic book correct. That was so awesome. And that's another thing too. Marvel did, I guess I guess they took the Agents of Shield and the 4 series on Netflix and they moved them out of canon, and people were not happy about that. Um, I can see them not being happy about that when it comes down to Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Daredevil. I definitely can see people being upset, but the Agents of Shield, uh, I'm not upset at that. I never thought it was canon. It was. Yeah, that's the thing, Steven. That's when then that's the thing. I mean, he did fine though. Brandon Routh, he does. I thought it was great they brought him back as Ray Palmer. I thought that was fantastic because he looks like a superhero. It's not his fault that he got Superman Returns. I personally think that Superman Returns has the singular best Superman moment in any Superman movie. He does look pretty good. And like I said, he had of all the Superman movies and TV series out there, Brandon Routh has the most Superman moment of anybody, and that includes Christopher Reeve. That includes Christopher Reeve, and that is when Superman Returns, when he lifts off the mountain, the kryptonite. That is the most Superman moment ever. Amy Adams is my Lois Lane. That's right. That's right. Yeah, Cavell played a great Superman. I'll give him that. But I'm talking about just the one Superman moment, the one singular Superman moment that was like, holy shit, that's Superman. Was Brandon Routh in Superman Returns when he lifted that Kryptonite mountain, that island, and he flew it into space. Dude, nothing could beat that. Nothing. That's so Superman right there. If you ever grew up with Superman reading the comic books, that's Superman. That's something that he would do. Yeah, you definitely feel like Tom Cruise is racing the clock, don't you? You have I have a feeling, honestly, they're either gonna kill off his they're gonna either kill him off the next movie or they're gonna retire him. Hell yeah, Jamie! I love Superman Returns. Superman Returns is I mean it's all it is basically it's just a remake of the first Superman. It really is. Let's come down to it. But you know what? It's a lot of fun, and Brandon Routh is great. Yeah, yeah, he should have been running a lot more in the Mummy, shouldn't he have? They didn't start him running until the second half of the movie. Oh, that's another young guy we could talk about as being an action star, Glenn Powell. Uh, yeah, we could talk about him. He's in his mid 30s, and he's still got a lot underneath his chops. A young man that we've had on the show here, Mike Markoff. He also could do action. He's done some action films. He did Death Squad, and he also did The Legend of Haz, which he was excellent in. He's another one. Just hasn't been broken out yet, but he definitely could do it. Tyler Gallant, that guy's got some skills. They just need they need a break. They need the right movie to push them. I know, right, Larry? Yeah. Well, I can save that. I can. You know what? God bless him because he did try. But you know who really had a lot of fun in that movie, and God bless him because he does seem to have fun in these kind of movies. Is Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe stole the Mummy. What little there was of the Mummy to steal, he stole it, and he was really good in the Pope's Exorcist too this year. That's right. If he acted Jonas, yep, he definitely, yeah, definitely. Definitely got the looks for it. There's the mighty Casey in the house. I'm sure by now Casey has gone to see Godzilla minus one. I'm looking forward to his massive in-depth review, deep dive into Godzilla. 2 hours long, in-depth look at Godzilla. Yeah, I was excited too. I really was. I really thought that, it's like, wow, okay, so they don't want to do another Mummy movie. I get that, but why can't they bring back Jekyll and Hyde for another movie? He was awesome. Oh, he's still editing more. Oh boy, it's gonna be awesome. I hope been hearing nothing but greatness about the new Godzilla movie. Everything I've read said it was great. Gerard Butler, yep. Uh, Nicholas Wadu, who played Jami on Game of Thrones, he's going to be doing a new series, a sword series. Let's see, he was for Javier Bardem as Frankenstein's monster. Interesting. That would have been interesting. That would have been interesting. I thought Aaron Eckhart played a good Frankenstein's monster, and I really, really thought that Sherman Schuler Hensley played an awesome Frankenstein monster in Van Helsing. So yeah, wow, this is cool. So hopefully I will see some of you guys tonight. Tonight, 8 o'clock, we will be having Kristy Adams. Well, since I got you guys here, I might as well bring out the calendar, right? Because everybody wants to hear about the calendar. It's December, so I have to get a new calendar. This is it. This is all I got. Um, so tonight, obviously, Kristy Adams will be here. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Uh, on Monday the 4th, we have Karen Klisch will be here, and she is one of the stars of the Eli Roth horror film Thanksgiving. She will be here on Monday. I'm proud to say that she had the best death in Thanksgiving. We have our friend Spooky Kisses will be here on December 5th. Ray Murray from who owns and runs Xenophobia Releasing, he'll be here on the 6th. On the 7th, we have Bunny Stewart will be here, actress Bunny Stewart. Oh, good, good. Well, she will be here Monday, definitely. She will definitely be here. See, on the 9th of December, we have Richard Stanley, film director Richard Stanley, who did Color Out of Space with Nicolas Cage, and also has done a movie called Hardware, and we'll be talking about his career. And I will be joined by special co-hosts. The Friendly Men will be here with us. I know that will be James. I'm not sure who else. Maybe Ant. We'll also be joined by special co-host Jerry Montano, who is not only is he a well-known musician, but he is a huge cinephile. So he will be here on the 9th. Richard Stanley will talk all things Color Out of Space. Well, he'll be here and talking with us on the 9th of December. The 11th, the aforementioned battle, The Crow versus Daredevil, with me and Danny Knightmare on Monday the 11th. And then the 12th, the lovely Jamie Hart will be here. That's right, Jamie Hart will be here with us on the 12th. On the 13th, we have a doubleheader. Doubleheader. First of all, we have our good friend Mike from Did You See That? He will be here at 5 p.m. At 5 p.m. He'll be here all the way from the UK. And then on the 8 o'clock, we have the Variant Collective will be here. Hail to the yes. Wait till you guys see the Variant Collective. Amazing. In fact, I should actually drop that on here so you guys can get an idea. I love these guys so much. So the variant, they're fantastic. I got to meet them through Vale. Okay. I'm dropping this off here. You guys, I definitely got to go over there. There's the variant right here. Fantastic group of people. Yes, Jamie will be here. The Frozen Queen. No, Jamie's got a lovely heart. It's got to be purple though. Let's see. And then on the 14th, we have actress and director Marissa Vaughn will be here with us at 8 p.m. On the 17th, we have a matinee show. Sunday the 17th, we have a matinee show with actress Elizabeth Chamberlain. She'll be here at 3 p.m. On the 18th, I will be going over to England. I'll be flying over to England. Well, virtually speaking, along me and the cheetah, as we're going to be Garrett's special guest. Video Tasties will be a special guest. We will be talking and covering, doing a watch along of Van Helsing. So that will be at 3 p.m. here on my channel. 3 p.m. And then the 19th, we have horror host Dr. Ivan Cryptos will be here with us at 8 p.m. On the 20th, we have filmmaker and one of my favorite people in the world, Matt Peterson, will be here. And then on the 21st, we have Mr. Nas Red, who has made a movie called Debbie and the Devil, and he made a documentary about his making of that movie called Hellacious, which you can actually see that on Tubi. I watched Hellacious. It caught my eye. I didn't know anything about it. I caught my eye. I watched it. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And I reached out to him and I said, "Can you want to talk to us?" And he was very gracious enough to say yes. He's a very nice young man, and he's overcome a lot to get where he's at. And he'll join us with his producing partner, a young lady named April, and so they will be here on the 21st of December. And then on the 28th, we have Jason the Nice One, and will be here with us. I have one more date to fill, but I can't fill it quite yet. And the ISC show is going to be pushed back to the first Sunday in January. We did not want to go up against Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, so we're moving the ISC show to the first Sunday of January. Mary Wilson will be hosting that night, and we'll be watching Our House. All right. Wow, I'm pretty happy with you guys showing up like this. I didn't know if anybody would remember me after a month. Like, well, are they going to be, it's like, all right. Yep, I'm going to drop the Movie Bay again. Let me drop him off right here, Movie Bay. You guys got to go. You guys got to get over there and hook him up with some follows. Let's see. Did we get more? Did we get more? Yeah, I think we got more. We only got him one. Let's get him some more. I know we can. Oh, is Jamie going to win? Of course she's going to win. The Horror Queen. I like it. Wow. Mm-hmm. I like the sound of that, Professor. The Horror Queen, Jamie Hart. It sounds like a sounds. Yeah. I don't think all the previous winners combined got 41 votes, Jamie. I don't think all the previous winners combined have gotten there. Where do we vote at, Professor? I think we vote on the Professor's page if I'm not mistaken. Uh, oh, okay. Horror voting ended it already. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. All right, let me uh, well, hopefully Yeah, you're gonna dig his content. The movie Bay, you're gonna dig it. Good. He's got good content. Let's see. Yeah, who won the entertainer winner? Entertainer. That'll be an interesting one. I don't even know who's up for the entertainer of the year. I entertainer of the month. I know that Jamie was horror, and I voted for Jamie. Well, after she wins, yeah, Larry, his content is amazing. He does that good series. He does all the movies with he does all the movies with certain stars in it. Like he'll show off his whole Jason Statham collection, every movie he has with like Robert De Niro in it. It's really cool. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Groups. Yeah. All right. Hopefully, we'll get some heads in here for tonight. Uh, awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Well, the couple of days ago, I got really sick, uh, real sick, and didn't know what was going on. I seemed to recover a little bit, and then yesterday was even worse. I couldn't stay on my feet. Just dizzy. I was vomiting. It was just terrible. And I went into the ER, and they monitored me for 6 hours, and they gave me some IV. They gave me some. Gave hooked up me to an IV, and they told me to drink more. And they said that it was a really bad virus going around. People were coming in left and right, and some people were actually being transferred from the little ER there. They're being transferred to hospitals. So I didn't have any COVID. There's no COVID, but it was just a really nasty virus that's knocking everybody flat. So I'm drinking a lot of water today. I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm taking it easy. Hopefully it'll be over with. But man, I was I didn't know what was going on. I really didn't. Hey, Katie. I feel a little bit better. I definitely feel a little better. I'm still a little bit shaky. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be going ahead and ending this pretty soon because I'm going to take a quick nap before tonight. I do hope that I will see you guys here tonight. I really would appreciate the support. It would be awesome to see some heads in here to see Kristy. She is one of our favorite guests. And if you're into collecting things and collectibles or movies or what have you, Kristy will be here and we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about Christmas. We'll be talking about Christmas at Nightmare Toys. What's coming up for 2024? See what they're going to be doing. If they're going to be going back out on the convention circuit or not. I really hope you guys come out and hang out with us. And of course, Monday, we have Karen Cliche will be here with us from the movie Thanksgiving. That will be a lot of fun. If you have some questions for her about the movie, by all means, come on over and ask them. That will be a lot of fun. And she'll be here at 8 o'clock on Monday. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, I'm not so sure how I feel about Eli cooking her, but uh, and that is by the way official that Eli Roth will be back and he will be directing Thanksgiving too. Why the hell not, right? Because it set the record. It set the record of Thanksgiving for in November for horror films. It is now the biggest movie ever made as far as having a Thanksgiving theme to it. It's made. It cost like 15 million bucks to make. It's made close to damn near 40, and that's and it's still going on. People are digging it. It got great reviews. So yeah, me too. Me too. This will be Karen's third time visiting us, by the way. Karen has been on the show 3 times already. Um, I have been a fan of hers for many, many years, and she's done some really kick-ass shows. I mean, we're talking about action adventure. How I even got away with this, right? Wow, that's someone should slap me for that one because that's someone who could actually who did a lot of action. She did a series called Adventures Inc. with Michael Biehn. She did a Mutant X with Victoria Pratt and Victor Webster and John Shea. And Forrest March, and she went to do Young Blades, which featured Michael Ironside in it. All hail Ironside, and she did a season of Flash Gordon. I mean, she as far as action movies go and heroes, you can't go much further. You can't go much better than Karen Cliche because she's done a lot of action stuff. So everyone can have Victoria Pratt. Oh my gosh, hell yes. Okay, yeah, all right. I crushed on them both though, Steven. Of Shalimar and Lexa. Are you kidding me? The third season was the best. Hell, is Michael Ironside really doing the Texas? Wow. Just get a picture of yourself with him. Get a picture of you with man. Michael Ironside is mighty. He is mighty. Oh man, that I did not know that he's still doing conventions. I was worried because I had not seen him do anything, Steven. So I thought maybe he had retired. Oh, you're going there too, Larry? Oh man. You guys got someone's got to hold up a sign that says the cheetah is it belongs to the Church of Ironside. Oh man, that's so killer. I would mark out. I would mark out for to meet Michael Ironside. I would mark out. I would fanboy out. I fanboyed out when I met John Saxon. I would fanboy out if I met Dina Meyer. I would fanboy out if I met Dina Meyer or because yeah. And I'm still trying to get Victoria on here. I'm still trying. I'm still trying to get Victoria Pratt to come on here. I still send her a message once a year. Yeah, and he's a good card player too, Larry. He likes to go to the casino and he does very well over there, or so I've been told. Let's see, Jamie's cats are being PETAs, pain in the butt. They just knocked down all my Funkos. Oh, did they knock down all your Funko Pops? We want to see a picture. Oh my God, that's awesome. I get maybe they're jealous that you got horror tuber of the month, Jamie. Let's see. If I could get Mike Arce, yeah, that would be killer. If you can get him to say that without having him charge you arm and a leg. Let's see. My stuff is too high for my kiddies to reach. Uh, plus, man cave is usually closed. Yeah, Jennifer Tilly's a world class poker player. Yeah, she's who. I mean, people see Jennifer Tilly the actress, but wait till they see Jennifer Tilly the card player. She's not nearly as sweet as she is when she's acting. She takes that shit very seriously. Oh my gosh, he won't. No, you can't do that for $100. You can't pay for anything, Steven. You are a publicist now. You don't pay for things. You're a publicist. Yeah, I learned. Yeah, I watched her too. I don't know. I think Jennifer learned how to play before she met her husband though. But she's a really good player. She really is good. She knows how. She has a great poker face. No tells either. All right, boys and girls, let me get out of here. I'm going to go and lay down for a couple of hours, get rest up for the night. But thank you guys so much for the warm welcome back. I missed you guys. It's good to see you guys. And we'll be cranking it up again here on Eight Questions with. Um, Come by, bring questions. I'm going to be working much better on doing that. If you guys have questions, I will definitely be asking your questions. I'll be doing a better job at that. We have a full month in December, and we already got our first confirmation in January. So things are already going up and at them. So I cannot wait for tonight. And we will be talking to Kristy Adams, the lovely Kristy Adams, one of my favorite people, one of your favorite people here. And then, yeah, we'll be ready to rock and roll. All right. Yes, we could definitely talk about that, Stephen. I will ping you on Facebook when I wake up, and I would, yeah, definitely like to have her. Ask her what her January schedule looks like. I don't have anything left in December, but like ask her what her January shooting schedule's like. All right, boys and girls, thanks so much. I will see you tonight at 8 o'clock. Well, actually, I'll be seeing you tonight at 7:45. 7:45, I'll be here up and running, and Kristy will join us at 8 o'clock. Thanks so much, and yeah, peace. How do I do this?